subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! It's time for Goodwill shopping. Today on Lady Mary Beth, I'm taking you back to the posh Goodwill store located near the ritzy River Oaks neighborhood in Houston. This is the busiest Goodwill store in town. We found lots of treasures in the past. Can't wait to take you inside. Join me. If you're in the Houston area, put this high on your list. Lots of treasures to be found, and there are resellers who make a living shopping in this store. You may remember the last visit we met Noy, who told us all about some fashion that he resells, and today we're going to meet a power seller and learn about his best find yet from this very store. And of course, shop those tags of the week. It is red, and we're going to be looking for those deals and shop with a purpose. Welcome to the busiest Goodwill store in Houston. It gets busy during the lunch hour, and we're going to get a head start. The store has just opened. We want to look for the color of the week, which is red, and end of the week means it's 50% off. Let's have a look at the store. My first stop in the store is always Treasure Island. That's where you find some of the top brands that they have carefully curated and placed inside the cases. And you want to make sure you look down below. You might find that bottom shelf advantage. Serious shoppers develop their own strategy for this store. Of course, you want to get there early. I like to go to Treasure Island, but I did notice other folks went straight to Housewares, and they had carts full of vintage finds, including cornflower blue from Corningware and also a brand new Yeti. So perhaps that would have been a better choice today, but I like to look at these treasures. A beautiful transferware teacup made in England. And of course, with the matching saucer, priced at $9.99. And we need to turn that over and look for the back stamp, Heritage Hall, colonial overhang, 17th century typical New England home. Made in Staffordshire, England, of ironstone. I like that touch of blue inside the teacup as you take a sip. It is lovely, great for fall, winter, or any time of the year. And some votive holders. They've got lots of great items here at Treasure Island. This teacup has a beautiful back stamp, and that tells us that the pattern is colonial overhang, which was a type of architecture that we found early on in America during the colonial period. And this is made by Johnson Brothers. It's $9.99 for a cup and saucer. And if this is your pattern, a retired piece is hard to find, and that would be a fair price. And let's see what else we can find here. They do have jewelry. They bring those boxes out for folks that are interested in seeing the latest items. Have not found James Avery. That is definitely always on my list. For $3.99, this lovely hand-painted plate has two back stamps. That's quite interesting. I should have taken a closer look. And a set of 4 napkin rings. Hard to pass these up, the price is right, and what can you get for under $10 these days? Not very much. Great for gifting with the original stickers. And I'll tell you more about Gorham, and you'll notice it says West Germany. That is before 1990. 24% lead crystal. A hidden gem at Treasure Island with these oval-shaped crystal napkin rings. When we look at the sticker, we see these are Gorham made in West Germany. And of course, we know that the Nachtmann factory makes crystal for Gorham, Lennox, Tiffany & Company, and originally for Marquis by Waterford. Priced at $9.99 for a set of 4. I think I'll take these home. It would make a great gift. Giving a second look to the countertop here, and I'm noticing a stack of plates. It has an interesting back stamp. And this is applied, sort of like a transferware. Has the artist's signature of the original design, priced at $24.99 for a dozen plates. That's an excellent deal. I didn't need them myself, but I did find a customer nearby and showed them to her, and she was delighted to be able to purchase these. Great for fall. This could be a fruitful purchase, a set of 12 plates, great for wine and cheese when you have guests. And the back stamp is even more interesting, priced at $24.99. As we look here, we see it is Rochard Limoges, made in France. Rochard is actually represented by a company based here in Houston. Of course, this is from France. It's got that beautiful double back stamp. And this is not peint main, hand painted, but it is a transferware pattern. Could this be a real Fendi with the dust bag underneath? The two F's are not touching. That's a good sign. $49.99 would be a steal for an authentic bag, but we're missing the bag's serial numbers. This is definitely a fake. But at River Oaks, you just never know if a real Fendi might come in the door. And it's always worth a second look. They do have some authentic wristlets and wallets in the case. Michael Kors, Vera Bradley, Dooney Burke, Tory Burch, and Coach. A very unique gift from United Airlines, a birdie box, priced at $50 each, and they have 2 of them. This would have been gifted to VIPs with some logoed merchandise. I'm wondering if the technology might be a bit outdated. The traveler's mug is not a Yeti quality, definitely more promotional. The earbuds, power bank. I think I would definitely pass on that. A very affordable table favor or add-on gift. And I like that there are quantities, probably from our wedding. Thank you for celebrating with us. And I think this would be an ideal item to have on hand. A pinch of salt, a spoonful of affection. These measuring spoons have an interesting saying on each piece. Comes with a gift tag that you can embellish on the opposite side, priced at 99 cents each. This would be a great table favor or perhaps an additional item to pair with a gift. A pinch of joy, a dash of tenderness. This would also make a good stocking stuffer for 99 cents. Or if you're going to an event where you bring a little something, why not? Let's have a look at these handbags. A Kate Spade always gets my attention. You want to be sure to look inside the bag as well. You cannot always get the ink stains out, although there are some products that help. $29.99. This one is not in the best shape inside. I like the navy blue and gold a lot better. That's a more classic look. I've got quite a few here. Priced at $39.99. I would expect the inside to be a bit better at that price. It's a quality bag. And I'm seeing some crystal wine goblets here. They have not yet priced. I'm imagining they would be $1.99 or under. And that's a beautiful pattern. I didn't see an acid etch stamp on the bottom. There might even be 2 different patterns here. It could be Mikasa. It's a beautiful flower inside, kind of a take on the Lucerne pattern from Waterford Crystal in the 90s. And glassware is definitely out in full force today. I'm going to show you some vintage pieces and one of my favorite finds of the day that's quite personal. And here we've got some hurricanes. I like that they are clear and go with just about any look, but I would probably prefer to find some that are etched or even amethyst. And the price is right, $2.99 each. You would definitely pay a lot more at a craft store. And they're definitely all purpose. Imagine dressing these up with a sterling candle holder inside, holding a red taper with some embellishment for Christmas. That would be fantastic for your table. You can often find quantities in glassware at this location. I think these are from events and weddings that have been hosted. Priced at 99 cents, that's definitely an affordable way to have plenty of glassware for companies coming for the holidays. And of course, if you're doing an off-site event and you don't want to bring your Waterford, then this would be a wonderful way to still have a stemmed glass. A single old-fashioned is great to place by your bathroom sink for a toothbrush, even used for mouthwash. These are not vintage, but they are unique and interesting. And this definitely has my attention. I love vintage glassware. I have some etched pieces with my grandfather's monogram, and I see an abundance of this. And I'm going to tell you why that's so special, and it might just have to come home with me. And the price is right at 99 cents each for the highballs, double old fashions. Great for juice, iced tea. Many ways to incorporate this. Great for guests at your table, a conversation piece. It was popular in the mid-century to have etched, monogrammed glassware. This is something you see often at consignment, antique, and thrift stores. I find monograms interesting, especially when it happens to be my daughter's monogram, Mary Catherine. This would be a lovely addition for her first college apartment. Highballs, double old fashions, and even a mug for her hot cocoa. For 99 cents each, this might have to go home with me. I like that sparkly golden S and the margarita glasses with a hint of green. You find these in most every Goodwill in the Houston area for 99 cents. That would also work for a shrimp cocktail. Always pick those up when you find them. And punch cups are also quite abundant in Goodwill stores. These got separated from their punch bowl. With that fruit motif, why not add some fresh fruit on a luncheon plate with quiche, a salad, perfect for ladies' luncheon. I have a pair in this same style of champagne flute, gifted by a friend, and I think those retail for about $50 for the pair. At $1.99, that's an excellent price and has the rhinestones. That's from a high-end gift shop. And it must have been the only one, perhaps the other one got broken and that's why it was donated. Fine crystal in two different sizes, the claret and goblet. I'll tell you more about this brand, and I hope that someone takes that home to elevate their everyday with some beautiful crystal stemware. A great crystal find and a touch of classic elegance on your table. This is the Juan pattern from Cristal d'Arc. And you'll want to look inside for that little bit of extra as you take a sip. This definitely adds some interest. Priced at 99 cents each, this is a fantastic find. I've seen these for $10 each on the secondary market. I sometimes give mugs a quick glance. You never know if you'll find something that matches your pattern or an item of interest, including this Louisville stoneware. That is a great mug. You could just have that as a standalone, priced at 99 cents. We found some of this pottery in a previous visit to the Bluebird Circle. Might want to take a look at that. And here are some unique finds, including one that I will tell you about later in the segment that got Hollywood's attention. Quite an interesting experience I had in the store, and I'm sure that there's more to come with that. Priced at $20.99. What a deal. A great find if you're looking for an equestrian touch for your home, and maybe even to anchor a buffet. Incorporate this into a centerpiece for a Kentucky Derby or equestrian event. Priced at $20.99. It is meant to mimic a bronze statue. It has a bit of that patina, and I look underneath and see it is from At Home, priced at $60. $20.99 is a great deal. Lamps are always a good idea. If you've priced them retail, you will notice that the shade is often an additional price, including at Target stores, for $16.99. That's great for furnishing a home. It's always a good idea to look for lightingware at a Goodwill store. This sort of has a mid-century look. It's in perfect condition, even has that finial that coordinates with it. For $16.99, that is a great deal. The carts are rolling out from those swinging doors. This is the hot spot in the store. You want to be here to see what they roll out next. We have a lot of new items here with art supplies that are well priced. When in doubt, put it in your cart and you can always check later. I considered this instant camera and I realized there's some film there as well. For $10, that's a deal. It retails for over $80, but I did find that the battery compartment was corroded, so I put it back. The thermos on the right I tried to grab, but she was just about 2 seconds faster. Very much a retro look from Aladdin. Reminds me of my school days. And she has a college kid that she was buying for. Estee Lauder lip gloss is not something you would expect to find at Goodwill, especially in a bundle of items. This was priced at $30 with Bath & Body Works products, nail polish, a little bit of everything. You'd have to really want an item for $30. Maybe that's a great deal. Here we have quite a good mixture of paper, hairspray, plasticware, and shampoo. This is well timed for Halloween, but I'm not sure what you would do with that. From Ashland. And this copper toned ashtray at 99 cents is interesting. I don't see a back stamp on it. From Nordic Ware, a crumb cake pan. Let's take a look at that. I like that design. That's a neat piece. Looks like it's been used. Scandinavian, why not add that to your kitchen collection? And metalware is always popular. It is not Wilton Armitel. I wish I had discovered these first. Looking into a reseller's cart at $1.99 each for these ornaments in the Texas series. This is our state capital in Austin, with a bit of that pink granite. Her mother collects these and she's buying them for her. And there are 2 of these, a nod to the German immigrants, Willkommen Sängerfest. And my favorite ornament that she's getting is the Alamo. In San Antonio, Texas, the Battle of the Alamo represents the Texians' fight for independence from Mexico and a Texas shrine. And she is a reseller with fashion. Johnny Was is a label that we've seen at B&B Consignment in Richardson, Texas, in the Dallas area. And I've explained the history. And she knows the brands that sell well for her. And that is what you call a paycheck. Resellers frequent the store. And this is more of a tunic or dress. And of course, she can probably get a lot more for that. And I learned from everyone I meet, and these were some really nice folks today, shopping in the store and reselling. A pair of Windsor chairs, priced at $12.99 each. And this reseller spotted them immediately and knew they were quality. He looked underneath and found the furniture maker, which adds a lot of value. These retail for quite a bit, and you can resell them for $4.25 and up. And I will introduce you to Bryan and tell you about his best find yet that he found in this store, a Mario Lopez Torres monkey console table. He paid $200 and sold it for $3,000 on Chairish. I'm pleased to introduce you to Bryan with the Houston Exchange. He's found some great deals today.
I have. So I actually found these 2 Ethan Allen Windsor chairs, and they're only $12.99 a piece, which is a great deal. It kind of, at such a low cost, it allows me to flip them and move it to somebody else locally on Facebook.
That's great. Be sure to follow Bryan, the Houston Exchange, on Instagram. And here he will show us the mark on it. These are Ethan Allen. Fantastic. And he loves to find new homes for these items. It's sustainable, and it's a great way for him to shop and have an income and pass along the deals. Here's some of that Corningware that I mentioned earlier as I entered, and this customer is allowing me to showcase some items. And she was there as the doors opened. Look at that Yeti mug for $1.99. That is a steal. She definitely had some folks looking at that in her cart, and it's brand new. It's never been used. And this sugar bowl has a bit of a chip, but she didn't mind it. She's getting that for her daughter's college apartment. It's a Homer Laughlin in the Virginia Rose pattern. And here's a closer look at that Corningware. That's a classic. My mother had that. $1.99. Reminds me of childhood. This might be for tacos, perhaps. $1.99. I love pottery. I think that's a great find. And this pineapple did not last long. I saw it in someone else's cart. I love pineapples. For $2.99, you can put a candle inside, an LED for your patio, dinner party. I just love it. Alfresco dining, you definitely need something that's rustic. And I like that green. And this is very appropriate for the season. Another great find that's in perfect condition. And we'll see that original sticker, $13.95 from Pier 1 Imports. Owl decor fits nicely with the fall, and this is a great piece that even reminds of a pumpkin here on the base. In perfect shape. It's from Pier 1 Imports, and it has the original price tag here on the bottom, $13.95. Of course, that store has gone through liquidation. They are no longer open. What I don't see is a price tag. And per Goodwill policy, when there's no price, they take it to the back and you can find it on the floor the next day. They will not price it for you while you wait. A frequent shopper did mention that they sometimes have luck with things being priced for them while they wait, in case something truly did get overlooked. This item would sparkle with a bit of dish soap. I'll tell you more about the history and ways that you can use this. And what an incredible deal. A glass find with a bit of history from the Cambridge Glass Company that started in 1873 in Cambridge, Ohio. We have this beautiful wildflower patterned 5-part dish. Of course, using as a relish dish on your table for just about anything. And you could also place this on your dresser for jewelry. A multi-purpose item, well priced at $5.99. I invite you to look at a previous segment at the Houston Glass Show and Sale. It's held every February and August. A great place to learn and shop for vintage glass. Cacti and Succulents Vintage Puzzle, 1,000 pieces? Looks like a challenge. A 1,000-piece Cavallini puzzle for $1.99 is a great deal. I have seen this brand at the Houston Museum of Natural Science in the gift shop. They make beautiful papers with a nod to nature. 1,000 pieces, of course you'd have to trust that everything is intact. Doesn't look like it's been used before. Very clever packaging. They do have everything you can imagine here, including a bar of soap. Why not? 99 cents. Colorful ramekins and Swedish crystal with a company logo. Let's take a closer look at this piece. It happens to be the color of the week, and you know that means 50% off. You sometimes find a beautiful crystal piece with a company logo. This is my line of business with corporate gifts. This beautiful Orifice drop bowl is priced at $9.99, which is a great deal. Here we see the Orifice logo and Dow Chemical. Once you fill it with something, I think it really doesn't matter. For $10, that's a deal. The horse also has a tie-in with Ralph Lauren. His iconic logo features a polo player on a horse. Definitely going to benefit from that with future events. The vintage glassware is a must, but the Limoges Richard plates I'm going to allow another shopper to take home because I don't need them, and I think that that is something that can bring joy to someone else. The puzzle is a must for my daughter for $1.99, and I'm excited to share with you an interesting experience I had with the horse before I left the store. It is one for the books, and I'm sure I will tell you a lot more in the future. My cart is full, and it's time to make purchasing decisions. I'm definitely taking home the vintage monogram glassware for my daughter Mary Catherine and the Orifice Crystal Drop Bowl, which is the color of the week and down to $5. Some great treasures here in the busiest Goodwill store in Houston. This has been an incredible Goodwill shopping day, and I found the most coveted item in the store. This horse is well priced at $20.99. I had at least 20 folks offer to purchase him as he was standing tall in my cart. And as I was wrapping the vintage glasses and about to walk out of the store with my cart, two ladies walked in with a very specific interest. They are Hollywood set designers working on a romantic comedy starring Annie Potts, and they would like to rent him from me for their movie. It's been a great day. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with Goodwill shopping.